My name is Meisi Jesika Kalompo. I am a college student in Lotulong University, Manado, back 2020. I'm from English Department, Faculty of Humanities. My student ID number is 2009 1102 154. And in this video, I have to explain all the material that I learned in this semester for the course English, Morphology, and Phonology. The lecturer is Mr. Donald Lotulong SS M.Hum. So let's begin this video with the definition of the course Morphology and Phonology. Start with Phonology. Morphology. Morphology is a study of words, how they are formed, how the relationship between the word, how to classify the word. Because when we know morphology, we should know the prefix, the suffixes, and the inner prefixes. Whereas the phonology is a study of sound. That we know English, we should know the sound, because we have to combine the sound into the word like this. And next, jump to the consonant. Consonant in English fall into two classes, vowel and consonant. Consonant, we have 27 words or 27 sound to produce, whereas the vowel, we have 15 words or sound to produce. And consonant in English refer to the type of sound, not to the letter, because in Indonesia we know A as the vowel and C as the consonant, not. In English, we know consonant refer to the type of sound, like we said yow, and it belongs in vowel. And when we know PB or MV and etc., we know as the consonant. And for the consonant that I have said, the example for this word or for this sound is PB or M and etc. And for the vowel is EAU, EAU, yes, like that. Next, jump to the place of articulation. Place of articulation in phonetics, we know 7 vocal tracks. First, that I can say, first bilabial, second is labiodental, third is interdental, for the alveolar, 5 for palatals, 6 for the velar, and last about the glottis, glottal, glottal. Definition or the example for the bilabials. Bilabials, when we produce the sound of P, B, or M, and we can see our lip, we should bring together our both lip, we should bring together to make the sound of P, B, or M, yes, like this. And next about the labiodentals. Labiodentals, when we produce the sound of V or F, and we can see the difference when we mix sound for the bilabials and for the labiodentals. We use our tip of the tongue exists in between our teeth, yes, a V, F. And next about the interdentals. Interdentals, when we produce the sound of the T, like TH, we should spell R together, T. And next about the alveolar. Alveolar, when we produce the sound of T, D, and S, Z, Z, yes. And mostly for making the sound out of our mouth, we should use our tongue raised, yes, by raising our tongue, to make the sounds out of our mouth, like T, D, and S. Next about the palatals. Palatals occurs when we produce the sound measure, yes, like this. Next about the failure, failure, failure when we produce the sound by raising our back tongue. Like for example, we say a kick, we say geek, we say back, and we can feel our back of the tongue raised back. Yes. Next about a glottal, we um, we reach this part. We make the sound of the H, glottal H, H. Yes, like that. And let's jump to the place of articulation. Yes, manner of articulation. Manner of articulation. In this section, we should know how to describe the sounds according to place of articulation, because we have learned and I have explained the place of articulation. So we reach this part, how to describe the consonant according to place of articulation, because we also concerned or unable to distinguish the bilabials or the labiodental sound, and in this part we should know how to describe that. Next part about the place of articulation, manner of articulation, we should know about the tongue position. Yes, tongue position. Tongue position, there are two different tone. First is register and second is contour. While the register tone, we simply occurs across the tongue. Yes, across the tongue for the register tone, and for the contour tone, which is changes across the tongue, just like this. And the tongue position, from the head, we are know that there are three part of head tongue. First is high, second is mid, and the last is low. And the position, we have three also. First is front, and second is central, and the last is about the back. Yes, we have mentioned it. And next part about the voice and voiceless sound. Yes, voice and voiceless sounds are when the vocal cord apart, so that the air flow freely through the glottis into the oral cavity. If I'm not mistaken, I've learned like that. When, for example, voice and voiceless sound. Voice sound, when we produce sound Z, and for the voiceless sound, when we produce S. Yes, you can feel the difference when we say Z and we say S. S voiceless sound, Z is voice sound, and the difference is when or where the vibration exists in voice and voiceless sound, Z or S. Yes, you can try it by yourself, guys, because you know what I explained about the voice and voiceless sound, Z or S. And for the S, there is no vibration, and for the Z, we have vibration of that. Next part about the manner of articulation, some position, or next about a nasal and oral sound. And nasal and oral sound, I think we have known about that, because it belongs into the place of articulation and a manner of articulation. next part about the diphthongs. Yes, diphthongs. Diphthongs is the sequence of two vowel sounds squashed together, whereas the monophthongs are simple vowel sounds. Yes, like that. Next part, I just know the diphthongs and monophthongs about the definition, and the diphthongs we know the example, like we produce sound bound, bound. Yes, there's a vowel of that. And next jump to the, if I'm not mistaken, I learned about the vowel. Yes, vowel, because I just mentioned about the consonant. Vowel, yes, vowel. Vowel is when we produce sound with little restriction, because consonant we produce sound with some restriction, whereas the vowel we produce sound with little restriction. And vowel, we know the example. Vowel is when we produce a, yes, like this, a. And next part about the classes of sound. I just know classes of sound are um, constituent sound, obstruent and assonant sound, and the last is a syllabic sound. Yes, like this. And we should know about the articulation, or the tone. Yes, articulation, and we should know the tone and intonation. Tone and intonation, we know tone is the pitch of sounds, that there is a high 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 sound, high pitch or low pitch. Because when we produce sound, we know the tone, we know the intonation, we know to control the tone or intonation, because we know the level of the tone, low pitch or high pitch. And then I learned about the last material about the, I think I forget about the manner articulation, place of articulation, voice and voiceless, diphthongs and monophthongs. About the definition, morphology and phonology, I have mentioned it. About the tone and intonation, about the tongue position, I have mentioned it. And nasal and oral cavity, I've learned. And next part about the, yeah, I think I done for the explanation, because I have explained almost the material. First about a consonant, a vowel, place of articulation, manner of articulation, voice and voiceless sound, tongue position, diphthongs and monophthongs, classes of sound. And I have mentioned the example for all of that, and I think I'm done for the explanation. If there is a mistake that I made previously, I apologize for that. And I know the material, almost the material, because I have mentioned for this video. And thank you for the homework, because this video make me confident and make me remember all of the material for this class. And for the almost 15 minutes, I I explain. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, and I hope this time is quietly good for me. Thank you. Bye bye.